Bruno won bench had enough of the tantrums. Defense looked shaky, so we had to bring Bailey back from AFCON. Had more fight in a team, something like Marvel v Capcom. Scott McTominay looked like a new man, like fam, man was like, who's that dog? What? Bruno won bench had enough of the tantrums. Defense looked shaky, so we had to bring Bailey back from AFCON. Had more fight in a team, something like Marvel v Capcom. Scott McTominay looked like a new man, like fam, man was like, who's that dog? And where did that come from? And why can't he do that? Like, do it more often. What? Yo, this is the OT99 Banter Room where opinions are shared and smoke gets served. Look, we're back again with another show I don't need to introduce because these are the regulars. Look, Manchester United collected the free play. Oh, I introduced NK, Edwin, back again with another show. The last show of the year before 2022 kicks in. And you know what? What way to end the year than picking up 3 points? Manchester United got the 3 points against Burnley. And quite frankly, I'm happy. I can't even think about the performances. I know we're going to get into a little bits and bobs, but overall,
I feel happy, I feel grateful, and I feel fulfilled. I'm happy because I never expected it, but God gave it to me.
So guys, what are your thoughts today, man? Look, Edwin, I'll start with you, man. Let's talk about the guys that got benched, man. Like Ralf Rangnick's choice of players, his starting lineup. What do you think happened here? Do you think it was him rotating, or do you think it was down to poor performances that he saw in the last game against Newcastle? What's your views on it?
I personally think that although he came out of the interview saying that it's not individuals when they asked him about the centre-backs,
yeah,
deep down he knows they both had a poor game. So it was like, who do you drop out of the two? Do you drop both of them? You can't. Lindelof's not available. Do you drop one? And as we say, like, Maguire's got that little untouchable thing around him because he's the captain, and bear in mind Varane's only come back from injury, so I think one of them had to go due to the performance, and unfortunately it was Varane.
Yeah.
In regards to Matic, I think he played him just because he needed something solid in the midfield, because as NK was saying, we're getting broken down. There was no one in the middle. Obviously Bruno didn't play, not because of choice, it was more he was suspended. I was surprised that he never gave Van der Beek a chance. I thought he's not playing. Van der Beek should have maybe be given a chance in the middle, but and then obviously he played an attacking team. He kept Greenwood, and he added Sancho, took out Rashford, and I think it was good. Rashford ain't been playing well, so I think, and then obviously brought Cavani there as well, just to have some, just to be. So I think that the picking was bad, but I would have liked to see Van der Beek, and I would have liked to see Maguire not start.
So do you think it was down to, so like you said, do you think it was more down to like the situation at hand, or do you think it was down to that Rangnick saying, you know what, you didn't perform well, so you're holding bench?
I think if Varane played well, Varane would have started that game.
Yeah. It's interesting, to be fair, that it's a big point you're making, because you're just thinking, you've got Maguire, who's been playing poor all season, and to be fair, longer than all season. Then you've got a Rolls Royce and Varane. Yeah, he had a poor performance in the last game, but it was just back from injury. You're telling me that Ralf Rangnick is saying, I'm going to choose Maguire and start Maguire over Varane? That's crazy.
Probably think, okay, they both had a bad game, but Varane's not match fit. So at least with him, you could put the excuse that he's not match fit, so he's not starting. But Maguire's got no excuse. But let's be honest, he's the captain. They're not going to bench him. Like, no matter what we say, we've had two different managers, and no one's like strong enough or like tough enough just to be like, he's not good. Like, even as fans, this is not even hate. We can watch him and be like, he's not playing well. So why is he? And this is what happens when you keep playing players that are not playing well. They feel they're indispensable. So it's not like there's no reason for him to be improved or to think his position's under threat, because he will play. He just does the same nonsense.
No, fair enough. Sticking on topics of defenders, NK, man, look, we've had debates offline about the fullbacks, and today we saw a slight change. We saw Wan-Bissaka come in, we saw Luke Shaw come in, and we saw Dalot and Telles get rotated, right? What was your thoughts on Luke Shaw's and Aaron Wan-Bissaka's performance today?
Well, I always say, look, I don't mind when they kind of like get rotation. I think rotation is good. It keeps them fresh and everything like that. But when you get your chance to come in, you make a case for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, Luke Shaw today, attacking wise, he was good today. You know, he was making forward balls. We know Luke Shaw to be like that. That's what Luke Shaw is good for. I mean, sometimes his forward runs, he needs to know like whether he's going inward or outward. That one is something that he needs to just do too. So today, for going forward, he was very good. He supported the attack very, very good in terms of like giving them width. He gave them width.
Sancho and all of that. It was
Lincoln, like he was very good. I think the assist that he got, it was just like it was a baby assist because Sancho came deep, got a ball, gave it to him. Originally, the ball that he played was a wrong ball forward, and then it hit the guy, and then he got it again. Just literally just gave to Sancho, and then Sancho just done the magic from there too.
So NK, next game. Would you be, based on this performance, who are you starting in your next game of left back?
Oh, definitely. What do you call that? That's also, if you want to make me finish my point, I was gonna say it. But the biggest problem with Shaw that I don't like is defensively. When he go and attack, which fullbacks should do, one of the things about your fullbacks is they should be fit because they do more running than a lot of the players on the pitch because you bump forward, up and down. You know, you bump forward, up and down.
Yeah.
Sure, when he goes forward, I think sometimes he forget that he's a left back and he doesn't track back. The amount of time when I saw that we lost the ball and Sancho was more of the guy further back than Luke Shaw was ridiculous. And it didn't happen once. I saw it more than twice.
Or some of the times I see Shaw more tucked in as a centre-back position, whilst Sancho is bombed back to cover. I mean, it's a positive that.
Yeah, that one is okay because obviously I think like if you watch, I don't know, like even in the second half we were defending a bit kind of like narrow too, so that one was okay. But my problem is when we lose the ball, he just failed to run back. He doesn't, and it's not the first time too. I've seen it time and time again. When we lose the ball, anytime we lose the ball, he jogs back. Instead of running back, he starts to jog back. And I'm sorry, that kind of a thing, you need to cut it off.
There's no excuse because you see for City, like Kyle Walker, you know when he's out of position, right? He's bombing back, he's running. How many times do we see him in a game? Full throttle.
Right, but Luke Shaw don't do that. He's literally he's jogging, and I think he don't trust his body. I feel like he pick and choose like when to run and start because he don't trust his body that his body can carry him out. Any wrong run in the air, he will probably have to just because sometimes he just like I've seen him like in a few games where he will lie down there and then they have to like do his cramp and everything just like that too. So I think with like his sprints here, maybe too much sprinting affects his hamstring. So just that. But today, as I said to you, he came in, he's okay. When you want rotation, you want guys when they come in, they need to do a job. And today he done a job. Is he a guy to do it on a consistent basis? Basically, like if he was to play 3 games in a row, is he going to keep on doing the same? I don't think so because I think he's a guy that he need competition in and out of the team like that to always back him up. Aaron Bissaka, may have told you already offline. I've said it online too. I feel Aaron Bissaka, as the time goes on, he's going to fade off. He is really, really going to fade off. And we talk about, sometimes it's to do with coaching. Today, he was lost on the pitch. He was really lost on the pitch. When he go forward, he didn't know where to stand, especially when the wingers had the ball. When he's forward and Greenwood had the ball, as a fullback, he doesn't know, am I running past him? Am I staying behind so that if he need me, he can pass it to me? Or he just does not know what to do. He is very clueless. And I told you too, and then me and you, we have this debate all the time. A manager cannot be standing on the touchline coaching players all the time. Sometimes you need to have some kind of like football knowledge to know that, hey, you know what? He got a ball, he got one-on-one. If I go this way, I can take a player out of position so that he can give the guy more chance. He just doesn't know how to do that too. There was a time too, he got a ball, instead of him to pass back to, He just passed it to goal kick. He's just so uncomfortable on the ball. He's just uncomfortable on the ball. And it's getting to a point where that side of the game where it's not just about going attacking too. The position side of the game. He needs to learn that. And when you be comfortable when you have the ball. There is a reason why United don't play from the back. Because too many of the guys are uncomfortable.
I feel we do play from the back, but we just don't do it. I feel like we do it, but we just don't do it well. And that makes me nervous.
Now we stop it because anytime we get it, like you can only go to before when we play from the back. I mean, Maguire is not the best of guys to give the ball back to him. So like today, I watched him closely today. All the guys are at the back. They get the ball, one touch, second touch is releasing. Maguire get the ball, one touch, two touch, kick it, three touch, kick it, and then the fourth one he releases it too. But those two fullback, did they do a lot to kind of like play the next game? I would say, look, the next game, bring back Telles and Delort. Keep them back on the field, especially with Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw, just keep him hungry. He's a guy, you need to keep him hungry to get kind of like a good kind of a performance from him from like as the time goes on too. But once you just go say, hey, Luke Shaw, number one left back, trust me, he will go back to that. I mean, today he didn't track back. He needs to start running more and working hard more before we even think about Luke Shaw kneeling at that left side position.
Fair point, good point, good point. Edwin, look, today, what I observed from today's game is that Manchester United had a much better performance, clearly, than Newcastle. I saw much more pressing intensity. I saw us being able to string 1-2 passes together, what we couldn't do the other day against Newcastle without losing the ball. Second half was less of a better performance than the first half was. I think the first half was pretty good. But one of the names that we associate with the pressing, or who would like to see linked with the pressing, is guys like Fred and Scott McTominay. Obviously, Fred weren't playing today. Scott McTominay was. What I saw from Scott McTominay today was less of the defensive duties, but more of the attacking abilities that we know that he has, because you know he's got the ability to hit the ball. He's got on the score sheet once or a few times last season. He's good as a header in the ball, whatever. We saw an attacking threat. It was all of that guy that was approaching late to the box. You know, your Lampardy type things, or your Paul Scholes will arrive late at the box and then take a shot. We've done it a couple of times in the game. What was your thoughts on Scott McTominay today, man? Do you think like we're missing a trick with Scott McTominay? Do you feel like we can consistently get these levels of performances, or do you just think, you know, he's a guy that don't really need to be in the team?
We think, you know what? Today showed that he does have other elements, so he can actually shoot. Like he scored that goal, he hit the post right from Ronaldo's shot.
Yeah, he hit the post. Similar setup, like
up to the post. And there's a few times where he could have he shot the ball quite well, and it was a bit more forward. But that will only work if we get a DM that can actually just sit there and hold it.
And Matic did a good job sitting there and covering.
He done a good job, but his age and the level of competition that we play against, when it gets better, we need someone that can actually sit there. And if we do get someone, then we can have him, you know, bombing forward like that. So it was, you know what, it's always good when someone has a performance, but the question is, can they do it on a consistent basis? Time will tell.
Time will tell.
So consistency, we'll have to see if that happens. And also, we need a midfielder that can actually sit there, because he can't perform like that with Fred, to be honest, because Fred likes to run around too much. We need someone that literally sits there and stays there. And if we do, then that's an area he can develop in, you know. But look, we can't take anything. He had a good performance, but with anything, we just need to see consistency.
No, I agree. And I think, like, in today's performance, right, outside of the things I just said, I think some of the changes that we made, I think, was very key. One of them being Bruno Fernandes. And we know he's very crucial in his creative abilities and stuff like that. But obviously, you know, losing the ball.
It was suspended. But that's another point. That
he was suspended. It
was suspended. But like, if you and NK did he realize we didn't lose the ball as much when he wasn't on the pitch?
Yeah, that's like, what I was like to touch.
Don't get me wrong, we lost the ball, but it wasn't as evident of him. Like when he plays, he loses the ball a lot.
Yeah, and we do a long ball on it.
Yeah. We didn't lose as much with him, like, so there was a lot of, unforced errors in the team today.
And also Rashford, where we will complain about Rashford not contributing to the attacking style of the game. a lot. His movement's not been good. His poor decisions as well, where he would also run into traffic and lose the ball. That was kind of removed as well with having Cavani there, who's more cultured in it, the movement, more cultured, more experienced in terms of the link-up play. Everything about Cavani brings another dimension to our forward attack. And I feel like he was key. And I feel like he's a star. If he can remain fit, just start him. And then one other thing was Eric Bailly. And you know, Manchester United, one thing that we've always had issues with is guys that are pacey and that can dribble, right? I'm more comfortable handling a Lukaku type guy who's much slower but strong, rather than facing someone that's pacey. And we looked at it against Newcastle, right? If Saint Maximin, that guy, twist in, twist out, pace, gave us trouble. Lennon today, another pacey guy, the only pacey guy for Burnley. What did he do? Twist in, twist out. And yeah, those errors that led to that. Twist in, twist out, goals and scores. Do you know what I mean? We always struggle with pace. But what I did see with Eric Bailly was him matching stride for stride at times in the match. Pacey guys, matching them stride for stride. And this is what we don't have. And this is why Eric Bailly needs to start. And NK, I'm going to ask you this. Why do you think, right? And these are for the guys that we say that we want to start. That we're seeing it week in, week out. We're like, why aren't these guys starting? What is it? What do you think is the issue? Why do you think like Eric Bailly, even after a good performance like this, is probably still at risk of not starting? Why do you think Donny van der Beek still can't get into this formation where you think this would suit him? Like, what do you think's happening?
You know what? Today, with Donny van der Beek, I think I'm beginning to see what the problem with him is, especially with this new formation. First of all, you can't play him next to a McTominay or Fred, you know, because today, when you saw how McTominay played, McTominay is more comfortable when someone sits for him and then he goes forward. He don't like to play the deep row too. Yeah. Fred too, similar too. Fred don't like to play the deep row too. And Van der Beek, say what you want to say. He's an attacking player too. So he's not going to come and sit for this guy to do that. And once you play, he just doesn't, the way he plays, he just doesn't have a good combination. I think the only guy he probably can work with is Matic. Matic can work with a lot of them, to be honest, but he just too old to consistently play week in and week out. So there's a problem there. And then the 2-10 rows, I think the 2-10 row, he can probably play in one of them. But I think what Ragnick won from the 2-10 row is he just need him to have a bit of pace. And I think going forward to Bruno too is going to have a problem to playing that 10 row too. Today, when you saw with both Greenwood and Sancho, they were playing the 10 row, but at times too, they were able to go wide and act as wingers when you needed them to be too, which is something that Bruno is not going to do because he don't have the pace to try to beat people or anything like that. Bruno don't have the pace to just even dribble past people. He just very simple when he played the 10 row too. But one thing I enjoyed today a lot in the 10 row between Sancho and Greenwood, where the other players that have been playing there in the past, especially the last game where Bruno and Rashford didn't do well, was receiving the ball with their back facing goal. They were so good at it that when the pass came from either Scott McTominay or Matic, they face their back from the goal, they touch it, they control it, and they didn't even mind who was even close to them. They were able to say, I can control. You know, when you have a player, number 10, who told you like, I don't care if you see 6 players around me, give it to me and I will control it. Like, and players trust that too.
Do you think Donny can do that? Do you think Donny can do that though?
Maybe he can do that, maybe he cannot. But it is the, what do you call it? It's the Premiership. And I think when we play against Young Boy too, that thing where Donny, he's kind of like come from the Ajax Academy where he liked to play cute. One touch, pass and go. And you know, when he done that against Young Boys and he lost the ball, he liked to play kind of like them, kind of like keep passes. So he can play probably next to like your Sancho and your Greenwood and stuff. But he cannot play with certain type of players in that team. You know, he cannot play that because you cannot be playing 1-2 passes with what do you call it, with McTominay, because he's slow. It's not every time that you're gonna give it to him and then he's gonna go. It don't work like that. Personally, I think he will probably be on his way up in January. I think so. I think so because the way the team is, the way it's very hard to give people opportunities, you know. It's very hard because we need points. And it's not time for experiment no more. Like guys like Rashford, for example, now the question is, he's going to get one more chance to get back into the game. But if he can't, I still see him struggling because he cannot play in the 10 role. And as a striking role too, he's not good enough to play there too. So the question is whether in this system, Rashford don't have a future in this system. So it's going to be a big deal. He will come in and do a job like one game or so. But is he a guy to also come in and play 2-3 games? He cannot do that because today, you saw against Newcastle and today the link-up play was very good because these guys could receive the ball.
Yeah.
They could go a bit back, turn around, and then run a guy. Rashford, he just like one way.
I think Sancho is just a guy that is undroppable in this system. I think Greenwood had an amazing game today. If he can perform continuously at this level that we saw today, he's a shoo-in again. Him and they were tracking back. Do you know what I mean? They were supporting with attack. They were linking up well. Greenwood and Sancho was amazing today. A grade. Scott McTominay, A grade. Matic did his job well. I just think like the team performed overall really well.
But you know, today too, Sancho too. One thing that he did today, which is something that we associate with with that Bruno doesn't do. Today, it's not there are some balls where he go on the wings here. You fake it to me, cross. And then he don't cross it and then he just pass it back to Luke Shaw and then tries to make a run. You know, as I told you, as a playmaker, and then last time we were having a debate here, if you play the ball forward 20 times and you get 1 or 2 assists, that don't make you a playmaker. A playmaker know when
decision making,
when to do it. Decision making, you know, and his decision making today was on point. The decision making today, he knew when to dribble, when not to go, when to cut back, when like that. The goal for Cristiano Ronaldo, he got it on the wings. Any player, Bruno will cross that ball in the penalty box. He didn't do it. He got the ball and laid cute for McTominay. He didn't even think about putting it on the ball because at the time, Cavani and Ronaldo was in the box. He didn't even do that. He just laid it off to McTominay. He shot it, and then boom, that just done that. And today, his decision making was so much on point too. So much on point, and I love that. I love that about that, man. That's a playmaker, man. That's what Bruno's been doing.
Edwin, look, you saw Cavani and Ronaldo up top, right? There's been talk about can these two play together in a system? You know what I mean? There's no pace like up front. We saw Cavani and Ronaldo play together. What was your thoughts on that and going forward long term? Well, not long term anyway, because Cavani's got like 6 months left. But going into the rest of the season, what's your thoughts?
My thoughts is going to be hard because Cavani can't stay fit for long periods of time. Number one, he gets injured too quick.
He gets injured a lot.
And you know what? Some players need to play to not get injured. You know, some players' inactivity could keep them injured a lot. And I think there's too much times where he's out of the starting lineup. So hopefully, but you know what? Today proved right. We actually need a goal scorer. Like I know we've got Ronaldo in there, and he will get the goals, but there's chances. Even though Cavani he misses chances, he should really score. Like today, that one where he shot at the goalkeeper and the goalkeeper saved it. If he had scored it and it went, I think he was onside.
I think
he was onside. And then Ronaldo to miss it, sit that to the first time too.
Even against Newcastle, you know when.
But the way he took that shot was clean, you know. The way he took that shot is his age, like he's 34, whatever. But when I see that cross whipped into him and the way he took it, like that guy is very on it, like mentally, agile-wise, everything.
That he is, sharp. But I just feel like him playing consistently. I don't know if he gets us 20+ goals like that, but it worked for what we need though, and because we've got speed around them, it works. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And their movement's good enough.
Yeah.
You can see even with Ronaldo, he's not as clinical as he used to be. Like
he missed that chance.
That header he's not banging that over. There's a lot of chances that he misses. He gets the goal.
He was through on goal, man. He just, I don't know what he was doing.
Ronaldo will put that in. Like, there's no way Ronaldo is lifting that over. He's putting it through. But his goal. And one thing about Ronaldo, which I respect even at his age, he will always try. Yeah.
Like, I noticed about those two.
But as time's going, I'm realizing that we do need a striker. We might have to try and get Haaland this summer because we do need a striker.
What I noticed though, that this is where I'm not 100% like Haaland, the best striker going right about now. Do you know what I mean? Or one of them, get me up there. But what I noticed about Ronaldo and what I noticed about Cavani is that they're always active, movement-wise up top. Just doing that, even though Cavani didn't score today, his movement, I'm sure when I watched the game back again, the movement that both him and Ronaldo's doing, it just preoccupies the defenders. It keeps them on their toes. You can't just standardly mark them. When they're moving like that, it's creating space. It's creating space for Sancho, creating space for Greenwood. Do you know what I mean? It's open, like it's creating space. And where we've had strikers in the past, where just Rashford staying there static, Martial up there static, no movement, no runs. Like in the Newcastle game, there was many times when Ronaldo was making runs. Get me? But he'll be probably the only person making runs. The ball didn't come. Do you know what I mean? A lot of the goals that you've seen Ronaldo score for Manchester United because he's taken the initiative to be the first one to make a move. Do you know, a run? You look at Cavani, where he's getting his headers. He's running into the near post. These are how goals are created. And I'm looking at us thinking like, you got the young bucks not looking at these guys and not learning. You know what I mean? You got video analysts now, so hopefully they start to learn things like a lot of these man's goals are coming from them taking the initiative and moving. But a lot of the time, these men want a ball whipped in and then it to fall on their feet right there for them to knock it in. Do you know what I mean? Ronaldo's putting himself out there when he's leaping.
No, that's what I'm saying. And the more you make yourself available, more chance you get, the more likely you're going to score.
That's it.
Yeah, look, for what we've got, they're doing well, but we do need some fresh legs up there. Like we need a youngster up there.
100%. 100%.
We do. And then you know what? When you watch Greenwood game today, him not like, and against Newcastle he was playing as a striker, and then today he was playing more as a 10 role. You saw the difference. He's not ready to play up top just yet. Front, you know, he's not ready yet. So that just shows you. And with Ronaldo and Cavani age and stuff like that, people talk about we cannot go to next season as Ronaldo as our main guy as a striker. I'm sorry, but he's too old. We need someone very kind of like physical, another goal scorer next to him, and then give Greenwood probably maybe another season or so to be a bit kind of like be a bit more mature before he can start playing as a centre forward, because it looks like Martial probably gonna be out of the door in the summer potentially. So we just need to get another person in there too who probably work hard and can also get a bit of goal. Someone who's just comfortable playing up top.
NK, man of the match for you and worst performed.
You know what? I'm gonna start with the worst performed. Worst performed is probably between Wan-Bissaka and Maguire, man. But I'm gonna give Wan-Bissaka a benefit of the doubt to say first game back today he looked lost, but I don't expect nothing from him no more. I've already said my piece that I don't see him as a United number one right back going forward.
Edwin was ready to come for you there.
I really don't. So I'm not gonna give it to him. It has to be Maguire, man. It has to be for a captain. You know what? He's lucky. I don't know if Maguire. I believe he has done juju on Eric Bailly, bro. Because today Eric Bailly came in, play a good game, and then the guy just got on the floor, got injured. But like that is Maguire doing, bro. That is Maguire doing. He just literally telling them, you cannot get rid of me, bro. How as a centre back, 1-on-1, a defender is a player is running at you. You are in your 18-yard box and you're still backing off. Bro, who does that? Similar situation to, you know what? Lennon had the same situation with Eric Bailly. Oh, he just moved him to the side, buff. He showed him how to do it, buff. Just literally backed over a bit and they just moved him. He used his hand to just budge him off. And it went to the corner kick.
He's aggressive with it. He's aggressive. He would stick a leg in there.
He was aggressive there. He showed him how to do it, buff. You don't back off when a guy is running at you. You back off if you are on a halfway line. Then yes, you try to back off to just give them that. You are in your own 18-yard box and you are backing off. What are you backing off to do, buff? I don't know, but as a captain, but man, it's just a matter of time before he loses his place. He will lose his place. It's just a matter of time. But for now, we will probably have to deal with him, and then he'll be the worst player going forward all the time. Best player, it has to be McTominay, isn't it? I think every single once in the season he come out playing like Zidane, but man, and I think today was it. You know, last season it was when what do you call it, against Leeds United, when he was just doing all this madness and everything. I think today was it. Probably ain't gonna see this McTominay in another, probably maybe, I don't know, a year's time. Who knows, bro, man? But
Scotty,
but well deserved too. And it wasn't even his goals too. It was the fact that today, when he received the ball, he was very bold at it. He was confident. He got the ball, dribble 1-2, and then just go. Like when he got the ball today, he wasn't even scared to lose it. That was the beauty about it. He wasn't even scared at all to lose it. You know, yeah. Zinedine Zidane today.
Edwiz. Top that. Best perform, worst perform.
So I think it's the same. I think it's my same pick. Look, what I said to you, the issue with Maguire is, I'll just touch on it briefly, quickly. Even if you're not captain, as a defender, you're not fast, right? And you got to look, you're playing against Lennon. No matter how old Lennon gets, Lennon's always going to run on the ball. He was like Walcott. No matter how old they get, they're always sprinters, right? So if he's running towards you, why are you running back? Because the thing is, Lennon's one of them players I was telling you that doesn't think super quick. So by you backing off, you're giving him more time to think. If you close him down, he would either take it to the byline like Bailly done to him, or he will shoot quick and you can block it. You backed away, and then you just allowed him. But don't get me wrong, leading up to that goal was when Bazaka gave away the ball. But at that position, that's when you step in, just close the space. But his defending was poor. Like, he was giving the ball away. Like, he never even gave a penalty away when he was pulling that guy's shirt. Like,
it was a penalty.
Like, let's be honest. If that guy really just dropped, then they had to go to the camera. Like, so that was a poor for me. But Maguire's always poor, so it's not even shocking. And then like McTominay had a good game today. I can't lie. He scored. He was involved in the other goals, and like you said, he played with a confidence. Like NK said, he didn't even care about losing the ball. Before other games, he's too cautious. It's like boom, boom, boom. Now, man was playing like he was World Player of the Year today. Like he didn't get like it was the last game of the Prem. Like, but you got to give his hats off. And as I say with him, if you can consistently do this, we still get midfielders. It gives us competition that we need in that centre.
No, I agree. I think I agree with both of you as well, which is mad because we've got a clean slate of what we believe is man of the match and worst perform, which is rare. So maybe this is something that's gonna be the basis of going into the new year. Maybe we can all agree on something. But you know what? I don't know. I think I agree with you both. The system, I hope that we're developing well in this system and style of play, not necessarily just formation, but how Ralf Rangnick wants us to play individually and as a team. Do you know what I mean? If it's a 4-2-2-2, or if it's a 4-4-2, whatever it is, I just hope that, we're adjusting and adapting to his style of play. So guys, look, I'm glad we're able to finish on a high this year. Next year, we're going to be back. We've got to do the whole sort of season, overall man of the match, overall midfielder of the year, defender of the year, striker of the year, but we'll probably do that in the next show. But for now, guys, remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow on Instagram at @OT99_Banter Room, TikTok at OT99
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
And Twitter at OT99 and remember, like, comment, subscribe. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas for all you guys that we missed, and we'll see you then. Peace.